These are my top 10 best movies of 2024. Now, I haven't seen every movie this year. I haven't seen the Brutalist. I hear that's quite good. And yeah, here we go. Number 10 is The Substance. The Substance I thought was just a really fun and entertaining horror film. I loved Demi Moore's performance in the movie, as well as Margaret Qualley's performance. I thought both women were absolutely terrific in this film. I love the imagery and the concept of the film. Demi Moore injects herself with this drug that makes her pretty for like a week, but it turns her other body, her real body, into a monster. And I just love the concept of this movie. And it had a lot of nods to Kubrick as well, to Stanley Kubrick. I just thought that this movie was exceptionally well directed and one of the best movies of the year. I absolutely love The Substance. Last 20 minutes, I thought it went a little overboard for me personally, but the rest of the movie I thought was absolutely terrific. Number 9 is Abigail. Abigail is just so much fun. It's a great story, and it has this great twist on the vampire genre. I love the premise of this movie. I love that the robbers kind of become the hunted by this small vampire girl who is awesome. Abigail is just a great character, and I love the entire cast of this movie. Angus Cloud, Melissa Barrera, Alicia Weir, Kevin Durant, Dan Stevens, and Catherine Newton were all terrific in this film. It was really bloody. I just had a great time with Abigail. I thought it was just really a fantastic film all around. Number 8 is Alien Romulus. I'm a big Alien fan. I love Alien 1 and 2. I think they're the best of the franchise. I really enjoyed Prometheus as well. Alien Covenant, I was sort of let down by. I thought that Alien Romulus was just a fantastic film. I know that some Alien fans were disappointed by the film. I'm not one of them. I thought that it was a really great story. It had wonderful characters. We could have maybe have gotten to know them a little bit more, but I thought that the movie delivered really well on its characters and on its premise. Haley Spiney and David Johnson, I thought, were the best part of Alien Romulus. I thought they were great together, especially David Johnson as the robot character. He was fabulous in the movie, and I thought that the movie delivered on the great alien action that we've come to expect with these kinds of movies. I love the aliens in this film. I just thought this movie was really well directed. Some of the special effects could have been a little better, but overall Alien Romulus was just a great time, and I absolutely enjoyed myself. Number 7 is Heretic. Heretic I loved. I thought that Hugh Grant was absolutely wonderful as this madman, Mr. Reed, who tries to convert these two nuns. These two nuns try to convert him at the beginning, but he's trying to convert them at the end of this movie. It's just a really great time. This whole premise I felt was really original, and the dialogue is so good. This is one of the best scripts of the year. I thought that Heretic was superbly well written, and it's really a bloody good time. I thought it was just really fun and engaging, and I just had a blast watching this movie. I really did. I was really on the edge of my seat throughout. I think it's one of the best films of the entire year. Number 6 is Conclave. Conclave is just an amazing film. It's got terrific performances, especially from Ralph Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes is incredible in this movie. It's an Oscar-worthy performance for sure, and I actually think that this movie is gonna win Best Picture at Oscars next year because it's really well directed. It's got terrific cinematography, wonderful performances from the entire cast, and it's really fascinating seeing how a new pope is selected. It's really fascinating seeing all of that, and I thought that the execution of this movie was just superb. Conclave is a terrific film. It's just a really tight thriller, and I really enjoyed this movie. Next up is War of the Warherum. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. The Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie of all time, my favorite series of all time, and being back in the theater watching the War of the Warherum was like one of the best gifts like I got on Christmas. It was just a memorable experience, and it's a little different here because it's got like this anime style, but I thought it was beautifully done, and it's either you like the style of this movie or you don't. Like I know a lot of people didn't like the style of the animation, but I really did. I got into the characters, I got into the action, I was back in Middle Earth, and this movie just made me really happy. I love the score, the music that they took from Howard Shore. I was just in my happy place for 2 hours in this movie, and I can't wait for more Lord of the Rings movies. If they're on the same level of quality as A War of the Warherum, I'll be happy. Like, I thought that this was a really high quality film, and I was very pleased with War of the Warherum. Next up is Nosferatu. There's a lot of horror movies on this list, and Nosferatu is another one that I thought was really great. It just came out, it's still in theaters, and I love the cast in this movie, like Bill Skarsgård, Nicholas Hoult, like Lily Rose Depp, William Dafoe. All of them are great. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Like, the cast here is phenomenal, and like the atmosphere, the dreary, dark imagery, I loved. I thought it was a really memorable experience. Robert Eggers really did a fantastic job with Nosferatu. I really enjoyed this movie overall, and it stuck with me. I still think about the film. I got goosebumps while watching the movie. It's a really dark and creepy movie, and I loved it. I really did. Next up is Deadpool and Wolverine. I had a blast with Deadpool and Wolverine. It's not the best written story. Like, the script could have been a little better, and some of the characters could have been more fleshed out. Like, some people say this movie was purely for the cameos. I don't agree with that. I think that the movie delivered on its story, and I love the characters of this movie. I thought that Deadpool and Wolverine worked really well together. They had amazing chemistry. I just loved them both, and I loved seeing Hugh Jackman come back as Wolverine. Like, why not keep him until he's 90? Come on, Disney. He is awesome as the character. We all love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, so why not keep him? I love Deadpool and Wolverine. I was really satisfied with the film overall. It was funny. It was even heartfelt too at certain scenes. It was certainly one of the better MCU movies that we've had over the last few years. And yeah, I was really a fan of Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 2 on this list is The Count of Monte Cristo, which is a French film, and I absolutely adore this movie. This movie is so well acted, and the narrative is just so tight. It's a 3-hour movie, but you never feel bored. You're always interested in these characters. Edmond Dantes, who is just wrongfully convicted. He spends 14 years in prison, and then he escapes, and he wants to exact his vengeance, and it's just so great. It's such a well done movie, and the story is so rich. The characters are just really interesting, and I was captivated watching this movie. I was really captivated. I love The Count of Monte Cristo. If you haven't seen it yet, please do. You can probably watch it with the English subtitles. It's just a fantastic movie all around. I absolutely adore The Count of Monte Cristo. My number 1 favorite movie of the year is Dune 2. Dune 2 is one of my favorite movies of all time. I just adored it. I loved what Denis Villeneuve did with these first 2 Dune movies. The acting here is wonderful. Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya, I thought, were perfect for their roles. Josh Brolin, also great. Rebecca Ferguson, amazing. Javier Bardem, like everybody was terrific in this movie, and this movie is action-packed. It's absolutely thrilling. I love the way it's directed as well. It's a super well directed film. I just love Dune 2. I was really satisfied with this movie. It was just a holy experience watching this film in theaters. I haven't had like a better time at a movie this year. This is my favorite movie of 2024, and I really hope that it's gonna win the best movie of the year. Hopefully they pick Dune Part 2 next year for the Oscars 2025. I surely hope so, because Denis Villeneuve really just deserves it. And yeah, those are my top 10 best movies of 2024. And let me know what yours are down comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.